Guitar School and another lesson on basic notation. This is basic notation 2. Let's review quickly what we did on basic notation 1. We learned about the treble clef, also called violin or G clef. G clef because it circles around the G line. We learned about the time signature. The top number tells us about the amount of subdivisions we have, and the bottom number tells us about the type of subdivision, if it's a half note, a quarter note, or an eighth note. Like in 4/4, we divide one bar, which ends with the bar line, one bar into 4 quarter notes. So this is a 4/4 bar. And we learned to play the C major scale. We learned that a major scale consists of whole steps and half steps, and the half steps are between the 3rd and 4th note and the 7th and 8th note. For a C major scale, that's between E and F and B and C. And for us guitars, it's important to know that a half step is 1 fret, and a whole step, which means it's 2 half notes, is 2 frets. So we played it on 1 string, so it ends up like this. We start on the 3rd fret. I put it down for you here in a tab as well, which gives you the fret positions. Then the 5th position, the 5th fret, the D, another 2 steps, 2 half steps, 7th, and then from the 7th to the 8th, E, F, it's just a half step. Then 8 to 10 is another whole step, 10 to 12 is another whole step, 12 to 14 is another whole step, and the last, B to C, 14th to 15th fret, is a half step. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, just on 1 string on the A string. But now we learn to play it with open position. So the notes sound the same, but they're played differently. That's the advantage of the guitar. But that's tedious to always play it on 1 string, so it's much easier using, for instance, the open strings. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And let's look at it closer now. It looks like this. We start again on the A string, 3rd fret, and now we don't move to 5th position, we move to the open D string, because it's a D. From there we know to the E is another whole step, 2 frets, and from there is another half step, 1 fret, so to the 3rd fret. We move to the G string, play it open. Then to the A we know it's another whole step, 2 frets. We move to the open B string, and last not least, 1 half step, 1 fret to the C. So the same scale, now with open position, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C to the next note, we don't go to the D, we go to the open D string. We go to the E, 1 whole step, 2 frets, so that's on the 2nd fret. E to F is the half step, so we need 1 fret more. That's the F. Now we move to the open G string. G to A is a whole step, so that's 2 frets. And we use the open B string. And finally, from 7th to 8th, B to C, we have a half step, so 1 fret. So all in all, it ends up like this. And a nice little note to remember is when you play with your right hand, so the picking hand, if your left hand is the other, always use down and up strokes, down, up, always alternating. So it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Descending, it's the same way. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Just a little hint, it will help you further on. We'll go into more detail when we talk about alternate picking and special lessons. And now you know how to play the C major scale, and maybe you can play a little tune now with it that you remember, like for instance, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Maybe you find another song that fits that C major scale. There are plenty of them. So have fun with playing the major scale in the open position. Hope to see you again here at Lothar's Guitar School, and soon there'll be another basic lesson on guitar notation. Thanks a lot, and bye-bye.